Running is something that is a really powerful metaphor for me. I actually don't run a lot anymore, but it's still part of who I am. It's really important to me. I didn't really run as a young person. I ran for like one season of track in junior high, and it was not a good experience. But when I was about 30, I started running just to sort of work out my own stress, my own issues, and kind of pursue this thing. And it's been really, like I said, I don't do a lot of it as much as I'd like anymore, but it sticks with me, it stays with me. It's a kind of metaphor for me of life and of persistence and of just kind of keeping at something. So that's something that kind of became a part of the narrative of the book, even though I wasn't really running a lot when I wrote the book either. But it's one of those things, at least for me, it never really goes away. It's always with me. I opened the book with the story about the Boston Marathon because for me, marathoning is, I realized later, it was a very almost arbitrary thing to do. It was a way for me to focus and to prepare for something that just happens to be a 26-mile race, but really it was a way for me to get at the experience of running that race, which was those races, which is a way of sort of stripping yourself back of all the artifice and all of the arrogance that we have and saying, what can I actually do? And so for me, I learned as I ran a few marathons, it was really about stripping myself down, just kind of who I was, and losing a lot of the motivation that you have along the way. There's only so much that physicality can give you. There's only so much that your sort of mindset can give you, that sort of ways that you can scientifically enable yourself to get there. At some point, it's just you and the road. It's just your will, and that's all there is. So I started the book in that way because that's how I felt when I was in the process of grief. Like, it was just that much of me saying, I'm going to keep going each day. It was very difficult to go on. That kind of willpower that it takes to get to the end of the marathon is something that we saw in my son when he was just a couple days old. He had major heart surgery at 3 days of life, and it was such an effort for him to even just stay alive. He was literally laying in a bed, panting, working so hard, and I thought, I've never seen anyone work this hard to do anything, even to run a marathon. And he's just laying in a bed trying to keep up, trying to get enough oxygen in his body to stay alive. And we didn't name him until just before he went in for surgery, actually. But Will was such an important name for us to give him because that's what we saw in him. And I think as I was writing about him and about the loss of him, that's what I was trying to grab onto, was that I needed to have something like the will that he had to keep going, because I just didn't want to. And so I wrote about that metaphor and from that perspective as a way to remind myself that I just got to keep going on, and if he could do it, then maybe I can too.